It began with a brilliant light over Maplewood, a small, forgotten town that suddenly became the center of the world's attention. One afternoon, the sky split open, and a figure descended from the heavens. Clad in white robes, with eyes that glowed like the sun, he walked among the people, and soon the whispers began. Jesus had returned. The town's residents, and soon the entire world, were captivated. At first, everything seemed like a divine miracle. The figure spoke with a voice that resonated in the souls of those who listened, preaching messages of love, peace, and salvation. He healed the sick with a touch, restored sight to the blind, and even raised the dead. People traveled from far and wide to witness the miracles firsthand, to be in the presence of what they believed was the second coming of Christ. Maplewood was transformed overnight, becoming a place of pilgrimage, a beacon of hope in a world that had long lost its way. But as the days turned into weeks, the miracles began to take a darker turn. The sun, which had shone so warmly, began to burn with an unbearable intensity. The skies grew harsh and unforgiving, the earth below baking under the relentless heat. Rivers and lakes dried up, leaving the land parched and barren. The crops withered, and the animals became frantic, their instincts sensing what the people could not yet accept. Those who had been healed by the figure started to fall ill once more, but this time, their afflictions were worse. Horrific and unexplainable diseases ravaged their bodies. Panic spread through the town as people who had once sung praises now whispered in fear. The figure's sermons, once filled with love and light, grew darker, more ominous. He spoke of judgment, of the cleansing fire that would purge the world of its sins, and of a new world that would rise from the ashes of the old. Then, one night, the moon turned blood red, casting an eerie glow over the town. The figure stood atop a hill, overlooking Maplewood, his arms raised to the heavens as the sky split open again, this time with fire and lightning. Thunder roared as the earth began to tremble. Fissures opened in the ground, swallowing entire neighborhoods whole. Forests were set ablaze, the flames licking at the sky, while the oceans surged violently, sending monstrous waves crashing over the coastlines and drowning everything in their path. Maplewood, once a symbol of hope, was now the heart of the apocalypse. The figure walked through the ruins, untouched by the destruction around him. Those who remained, gaunt and desperate, gathered before him, their faces twisted with terror and disbelief. "Why?" one of them cried out, their voice breaking. "Why have you done this?" The figure turned to them, his eyes no longer warm but cold, empty voids. "I am not your savior," he said, his voice resonating with a chilling finality. "I am the reckoning. This world must be destroyed before it can be reborn." As he spoke, the darkness deepened, and the figure vanished, leaving behind only silence and the ashes of a world that had dared to hope. The return of Jesus had not brought the salvation people had longed for. Instead, it heralded the end of everything. In the ruins of Maplewood, there was no sign of the paradise that had been promised, only the echoes of a world that had been deceived by a malevolent entity cloaked in the guise of divinity.